What is it? And you're live, my friend.
Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. It's one of the best days of the week. Tuesday is here. It's $5 Tuesday. It's Dinger Tuesday. We got a great show. Jesse, the fade god, is going to be on here telling us who we're going to fade in the MLB. A little birdie told me I may have to ask him about college football, if there's a team he likes or dislikes. Ross Benjamin's going to join us. We're talking Dodgers, Phillies, Mets, and the Brewers. Everybody, it's time. It's $5.
Are you not entertained? They love it when I turn off the bass. Are you not entertained?
All right. Every handicapper at WagerTalk has a play up for $5. Some have multiple plays up, but we got to get to a free play. Nice cash on the play of the day yesterday. I know everyone stayed up very late to watch the Washington Mystics game, but we get Austin to get there over 13.5 points. Let's go to Major League Baseball and let's do a strikeout prop. We got to talk about the red-hot Red Sox facing the Baltimore Orioles. I'm going to Ranger Suarez to have over 5.5 strikeouts. He's been very consistent over the past couple months. He's had at least five strikeouts in 7 consecutive starts. He's cleared this number with 6 or more strikeouts in 5 of those outings. Command has been really good. The beauty part here is the matchup. Baltimore's lineup is striking out at an insane rate. They are averaging over 13 strikeouts per game in the last 3. They're 4th worst on the season, striking out over 9 times a game. Let's keep riding the Red Sox here with Ranger Suarez to go over 5.5 strikeouts. This is a play. This is a strategy that's been working. Yesterday, we hit a play on Michael Wacha to go over his strikeout total because they were playing a team that strikes out a lot recently. So looking at these teams that strike out a lot, I don't think the books are adjusting the K prop number. So that's going to be your play of the day, Ranger Suarez over 5.5 strikeouts. All right, let's bring in Jesse, the fade god. Jesse, what are you doing with yourself these days now the World Cup's over? You just like a lot of time?
Well, I might actually get a little bit of sleep because those games were kicking off at about 4 a.m. Local time here. So I haven't slept before daylight, I don't think, for the last 6 weeks.
I keep forgetting you're on the other side of the world and your body clock is completely different from ours. So, well, congratulations on a good World Cup. We got to turn our attention to Major League Baseball. We always have you come on and fade a couple of teams. This is a really good strategy. I do this all the time. Instead of looking at teams we want to bet on, we're looking at teams and athletes we want to bet against. So let's talk about the Nationals and the Cardinals. We'll start with the Nationals. Why are we fading the Nationals today?
Well, Andy, when you're really feeling it, when you're really in the zone, you can bet on a team one day and bet against them the next. And I'm kind of feeling it right now, almost 70% over the last 30 days. I had the Nationals last night, but I'm going to go against them here tonight. You know, the Nats have a lot of things going for them, 31-19 on the road. Only the Dodgers have more road wins in the National League than the Nationals. The Nationals rank first in the major leagues in runs scored, and they absolutely crush left-handed pitchers. That's not going to help them here today, though, because Colorado sends a right-hander to the mound. And Mike Lorenzen, look at his numbers, 3-9 with a 6.22 ERA. And a 1.77 whip. He's 1-4 with a 7.76 ERA and 9 home starts. I mean, are you optimistic about the Rockies starting pitcher today? Well, let's focus on the positives. He's 1-1 with a 3.76 ERA in his last 5 starts. So he's actually on pretty good form despite those really ugly numbers overall this year. But the best thing he's got going for him is probably the fact that he's right-handed because, as I mentioned, Washington clobbers lefties, and they're just average against right-handed pitching. And the guy that Washington has going, Miles Mikolas, 3-7 with a 5.53 ERA and a 1.33 whip. He's 0-4 with a 5.12 ERA in 10 appearances, 4 starts on the road, and he gave up 8 home runs in those games. This guy gets rocked, and in Colorado, 100-degree weather, warm air, the ball carrying well. I think the Rockies are going to score a ton of runs on Miles Mikolas. So we're going to take Washington for the first 3 innings on the first 3 inning money line, minus 150. Sorry, Colorado to beat Washington in the first 3 innings, first 3 inning money line, minus 115.
I'll also add to that the wind's blowing out. It's like 13 to 15 miles an hour blowing out. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of runs with these two pitchers. So let's go to the Cardinals. Why do you hate? Why are you going to be hating on the Cardinals here, Jesse?
One thing I hate about the Cardinals is I bet their regular season win total under, and they really outperformed their win total in the first half. But I'm still optimistic that they will fade down the stretch, and it's certainly looking that way. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They've lost 7 of 10 against the Angels in head-to-head meetings against the Angels. And their starting pitcher today, Matthew Liberatore, 5-6 with a 5.00 ERA, 1.48 WHIP, 2-4 with a 5.44 ERA and 9 road starts. And St. Louis has a below-average bullpen with a team ERA of 4.28 among their relief pitchers. LA, not a great team, not a great record. Same story every year from the Angels. They're just a few games under 500 at home, though. They're 2-2 coming out of the All-Star break. And Walbert Urena, 5-7 with a 2.88 ERA and a 1.32 WHIP will get the start. He's been one of their better pitchers. He's got pretty solid numbers. He's 4-2 with a 3.12 ERA in 8 home starts. And if you look at his last 2 appearances, he's allowed just 1 run on 2 hits in 9 2/3 innings against Seattle and Texas. So he comes in on top form. So we have a St. Louis team that's been struggling. We've got an LA team that's just kind of hanging in there, but the form of the 2 starting pitchers, I will lean on the home team, the Angels, to defeat the St. Louis Cardinals in this one.
Don't you hate it when you take a team total and the wins total and then they're just like good? You're like, really? Come on.
I mean, I looked at their rotation. I thought they don't have any pitchers. I don't know how. I think Gianni mentioned a couple weeks ago that St. Louis was just getting it done with smoke and mirrors in the first half of the season.
Yeah, maybe they go on a big losing streak and you can cash it. Who knows?
That's kind of what I'm banking on, Andy.
Yeah. Well, you and I were talking a little bit about college football, and so we started taking a look at some of the team totals. My Hoosiers are 10.5 plus money to the over. That seems you were thinking it was going to be 11.5. I was with you. That's kind of an interesting number. What are your thoughts on that and any other team totals that you're noticing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get too excited about betting against Indiana this season. That's for sure. But the one that I'm going to look at here is going to be Penn State. This is going to be a popular one. Currently, the win total for the Nittany Lions is sitting at 8.5. It's juiced to the over. I don't think 8.5s are going to last long. So if you like the over, I would jump on it soon. I do like the over. You look at Penn State's schedule, and they just don't play anybody this year. They don't have to face Indiana. They don't have to face Ohio State. Yeah, they face Michigan. That's their toughest game is on the road at Michigan. That's still a winnable game, in my opinion. Michigan hasn't been world beaters. We don't have any indication that Michigan is going to be a world beater this year. The other 2 games that they're not going to be favored or may not be favored in, at Washington and at home against USC, also winnable games. If they win one of those games, that gets them to 10 wins. So I just don't see a world where Penn State doesn't get 9 wins this year. I really like Rocco Becht. I don't think Matt Campbell is a downgrade from brain fart. Anyways, I don't think Matt Campbell's a downgrade. The problem with the previous coaching staff was they couldn't win the big games. Matt Campbell has proven to win big games in the Big 12. Whether or not he can do it in the Big 10 remains to be seen, but I expect them to take care of business in the games that they should win, and that will get them to 9 wins. James Franklin, the guy who cannot win the big games. But yeah, I think they're in good shape with an experienced quarterback in Rocco Becht.
Yeah, you're right on this move. I mean, this 8.5 isn't minus 166. That's not going to take too much more to bump it to 9.5. I'm looking at DraftKings right now. They do have a 9.5 out there. It's plus 140. So if you believe that they can get to 10 wins, you want to lock that line in now. It's plus 140. But yeah, you're right, Jesse. Money's definitely going to be on the over. So, let's see. Rob says, don't forget they have to play Luke Fickell's Badgers. Don't forget, Jesse. They have to play Luke Fickell's.
Yeah, I mean, so you're telling me there's a chance for the Badgers? We'll see.
Well, Jesse, it's $5 Tuesday. What do you have up for everybody?
Just the one play, the $5 Major League Baseball play. Just 1-1 last night. Disappointing, but it's been a fantastic month. Hitting almost 70%, number 2 in profit at WagerTalk the last 30 days, and we're looking to remain hot for the rest of the summer heading into football season.
Love it. Love it. The fade god, Jesse, always coming on here telling us who to bet against, but not necessarily fading Penn State here. We got some rare positivity out of Jesse. Jesse, thanks for joining us. Good luck. Get back on your right sleep schedule, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Andy.
All right, Jesse Schule, everybody. As you mentioned, it's $5 Tuesday. We are coming off on 4% win in MLB last night on a player prop. We got another one up today that is only $5. MLB props have been absolutely dynamite for us. 15-4 run in Major League Baseball props. That's where I do my damage. Myself, I'm not even really looking too much at money lines, run lines, and totals. I'm just focusing on the pitcher and the player prop. So we got a really good one that's up. Those of you that got the tennis play that I put up last night, the matches got moved to tomorrow. So their matches weren't canceled, but they had some weather come in, so their matches got delayed to tomorrow. So we went from a wake in cash on Tuesday to hopefully a wake in cash on Wednesday. But I'll put that play up for $5 if anybody else wants it. So tennis play that goes off tomorrow, and then a 5% UFC bet is going to go up a little bit later. So, all right, we got to bring in Ross, the boss, Benjamin, talk about some high profile games here. Ross, thanks for joining us. How are you today on this Tuesday?
It's always a pleasure to be with you, Andy, and thank you for having me once again.
Courteous and professional as always, Ross. Well, let's go to MLB. Let's break down a couple games. Dynamite pitcher matchup in Dodgers and Phillies. That's where we're going to start. I mean, Wroblewski and Wheeler, books are pretty much telling you they're not 100% sure where to go on this one. Philly, a little bit of a favorite, over under 9. Two good pitchers. I'm surprised they dropped the 9 out there. I would have expected maybe 8.5 or 8. What's your take on this game?
Yeah, initially the overnight showed Lauer being the starting pitcher for the Dodgers, and I was pleased to see Wroblewski inserted to make this what appears on paper to be an excellent starting pitching matchup, as you alluded to, Andy. Philadelphia right now a minus 126 money line home favorite. The Dodgers at plus 108. Look, Wheeler, it's really tough to fade Wheeler this year. He's pitched extremely well, and he's had a great career. However, this current LA Dodgers roster, the players on this roster as we speak, lifetime 46 for 161 against Wheeler, 286 team batting average, 392 on base percentage. And out of those 46 hits they have against Wheeler, 11 of them went out of the park. So 11 home runs. And this Philly bullpen over their last 25 games, they've been shaky for most of the year. A lot of ups and downs, a little bit erratic, but over their last 25, a 5.78 ERA and a 1.53 whip. That's not good numbers for a bullpen over that space of time. This will be only the third time this season that the LA Dodgers are a money line underdog of plus 100 or greater, Andy, which is very rare, obviously, this year, and very rare in recent seasons where we see the Dodgers as an underdog. In Phillies, they're coming off that 10-7 win against the Dodgers yesterday. However, the Phillies are 1-6 in their last 7 and 2-8 in their last 10 following a win in their previous game. I'm glad that Dan's not with us today because he would have gave me some grief with this pick, but I'm going to take a shot here on the underdog Dodgers plus 108 at Philadelphia.
I was kicking myself for not doing something with the Dodgers team total yesterday. Sanchez just doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not getting rocked, but this is not the same guy at the beginning of the season. We gave him 7 hits and 3 runs and 5.1 innings. They were lucky to get out of there with that win. So I think taking team totals against Sanchez moving forward might be good. I still think the books are hanging really playable numbers out there. So yeah, we'll see if the Phillies can make it 2 in a row here against the Dodgers. Let's move on to the Mets and the Brewers. Interesting starter here. I believe it's Thornton for the Mets. This guy's only got 3 starts, but his last 2 were on June 26th and July 12th. Really good, impressive numbers. 13 innings, 1 earned run. We got Sproat going for the Brewers. Pretty surprised we're getting this minus 136 price on Milwaukee. What do you think?
Yeah, this one has a sucker play written all over it, Andy, in my opinion. You took some of my thunder away with Thornton, as I was going to mention exactly that over his last 2 starts. 13 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts against 3 walks, only 7 hits allowed. And you mentioned he's made 3 starts all year. The initial one was way back on May 26th, which I think you alluded to as well. So he's looked pretty good in his last 2, actually very good. And the Mets, 4-2 in their last 6 on the road. The Brewers have won their last 4. And Andy, this one jumped out right at me because I was shocked to see this. The Brewers have only won 5 in a row twice this year. They're 2-7 this year after winning 4 in a row, including 1-6 in their last 7. So getting to 5-game win streaks has been tough for Milwaukee this year, despite their stellar record. I mentioned this being a sucker play. I don't want to disrespect anybody who goes with Milwaukee. But you have to think about it. Why are they only a minus 135 money line favorite against a Mets team that they're 19.5 games better than in the standings? Give me the Mets here, Andy, plus 115 over Milwaukee.
My God, I didn't realize the Mets were that far back. 19.5 games back.
Well, behind Milwaukee in the standings. I don't know where they are in the division standings. It was just, when it jumped out to me, I looked and say, what's the disparity in the records here? Because this seems like an odd line. And, you got beside that, you got a starter in Zach Thornton that's only made 3 starts this year on the road against a Milwaukee team that's been one of the best teams in the National League, if not all of Major League Baseball this year. So, a lot of things didn't add up to me. Here, Andy, and the old saying that I like to use time and time again is think like a bookmaker here.
Yeah, sometimes the books tell all the story we need to know about a game, and they're not feeling that confident about Milwaukee. So great breakdowns, Ross. It's $5 Tuesday. What do you have up?
I got a Major League Baseball winning total on $5 Tuesday, folks. Major League Baseball on a nice 24-13 run. 65% with my last 37 Major League Baseball premium picks. Also, folks, over the last 434 days, which is over 14 months now, 196.70 units net profit on all sports premium picks. And that includes plus 73.68 units in Major League Baseball. So that's number 1 over that course of time at WagerTalk. And folks, $14.59, you can get my 365-day all-access pass. It amounts to around $4 on average per day. I just gave you the numbers. If you're somebody betting on a regular basis or on a daily basis, you should certainly entertain this offer. It's the best bang for your buck. And again, I hear a lot of people, Andy, out there say, I'll never pay a handicapper for picks. Well, plus 196 units or so over the last 434 days. Folks, who are you penalizing, me or you, when you don't buy my picks? So the proof is in the pudding. College football, too, Andy, real quickly. 53-31 year last year with my college football premium picks, 75.99 units of net profit over the last 3 years, 182 and 120 in college football, 60.3% up over 155 units. Number one in college football when the combined college football over the last 3 seasons. And you can get my college football annual package right now, $499. It'll take you right through the national championship game. If you're going to bet college football, what are you waiting for? You're not going to get a better price than that. I just gave you the numbers. In college football, NFL last year, a combined number 2 at WagerTalk with those games combined, and also finished the NFL last year 32 and 21, 60%. So, again, you can get NFL and college football combined right now for $9.99. So a lot of great things on tap right here. I gave you the numbers, folks. What more could you ask for?
Couldn't ask for anything more, Ross. Well done, as always. Ross Benjamin, best promos in the business. Thank you so much, Ross. Enjoy your Tuesday and good luck. Continued success, man.
Thank you, Andy, and have a great day.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, it is Dinger Tuesday, and we're going to do an NFL future here at the end of the show. So I'm looking at this Boston Red Sox team. Does anybody know what the most MLB wins in a row record is? I'm looking at it right now. The 1916 New York Giants won 26 games in a row. The most recent big streak was the Cleveland Indians, who were the Indians in 2017, 22 games in a row. So the Red Sox got 8 more. I think the craziest thing about the Red Sox, who have won 14 games in a row, is they're still only in 3rd place in their own division. Tough times for the Red Sox. Insane winning streak, and they can't even crack 2nd place in their division. But pretty cool. We'll have to do something special if they can get to 22 and tie Cleveland. So, all right, it's Dinger Tuesday. Here's how it works. FanDuel does a profit boost on someone to hit a home run. You can only bet a max of $10 there. So we celebrate Dinger Tuesday by giving away a 3-day pass. Here's how it works. I'm going to give out who I think is going to hit a home run. You guys do the same. Right after this video is over, in the comments section, put who you think is going to hit a dinger, what team they play on, and your WagerTalk username. You get it right, we're sending you a free 3-day pass. If I get mine right, I will send somebody a free 3-day pass who comments after the video. But you have to include 3 things. Who's hitting a dinger, what team do they play on, and your WagerTalk username. So let's get to today's Dinger Tuesday. Chris says tied for the longest win streak in Red Sox history. That's impressive. That's this team of all the teams that the Red Sox have had. This team is maybe going to set the record. So, all right, Dinger Tuesday. I am going to go really, really chalky here because I haven't gotten one right in a few weeks. I think you have to go to this Rockies Nationals game. It's perfect weather. The pitchers are not very good. They give up a lot of dingers. So we'll go with Hunter Goodman with the profit boost, gets to plus 246. I know it's chalky, but I need to see one go in here. 30 home runs this year. What's surprising is only 12 of those are at home. So he plays in Colorado, but only 12 have come at home. I thought Jesse did a good job breaking down. Mikolas for Washington has given up 20 home runs this year, 9 of those home runs since the start of June. I mentioned the weather. It's going to be over 90 degrees, 13 mile an hour blowing out. You've got all the perfect scenarios for dingers. So let's go with Hunter Goodman plus 246 to hit a dinger. And again, giving away a 3-day pass. Put in the comments section who's going to hit a dinger, your WagerTalk username, and what team they play for. All right, let's do an NFL future. Before that, one more time, it is $5 Tuesday. Get as many $5 plays as you want. Make sure you're betting responsibly. But I have an MLB player prop that is up. These have been absolutely on fire. 15-4 run on those. We hit our 4% last night on Michael Wacha to go over his strikeouts numbers. 4.5. He got to 5. So nice to get the week started off right. We're going for 2 in a row. It's the dog days of summer, guys, but me and my team, this is what we do. This is where we flourish. This is where we get a lot of soft lines. A lot of people are on vacation, Dan included. Some of the sports books just leave some really, really low lines out there. So really good way to build the bankroll before football season. Shout out to Dan. He is on vacation this week. Much needed week off. We try and take some time off in the summer before the insanity that is fall, except Dan doesn't know how to time a baby being born, is going to have a baby being born in the middle of fall. So he's going to miss time in the fall, but much needed break for him. All right, let's do our NFL future. Monday, we broke down Baker Mayfield. Tuesdays, we're doing a wide receiver. We're going to break down T. Higgins over under 874.5 receiving yards. And guys, if you want me to cover a future, let me know for Friday. I'll pick a suggestion and we'll go over that one. So let's take a look at what's going on with T. Higgins here. The number at first seemed a little low to me until I started digging into the numbers. He had 846 last year in 15 games, 911 in 12 games in 2024, 12 games in 2023, only 656. Bengals, of course, dealing with injuries to their quarterbacks. He caught passes from Burrow, Flacco, and Browning last year. It's really this offensive line for Cincinnati. They just have a real problem protecting Burrow. Burrow's just taken a ton of hits and a ton of injuries. They have a little bit of continuity, but is that necessarily a good thing? Like if you're bringing back a shitty offensive line, is that really a plus or a negative here? So they need a couple of younger guys to step up just to get them to mediocre, and I think that's what we're going for here. If you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, like can we just get to mediocre? They do have a decent schedule. There is the potential that they might have some tough outdoor games late in the season. They've got 3 home games plus a game at Cleveland. So maybe there might be a game or two with wind, maybe some snow that might make it tough. When he's healthy, he's great. And besides Jamar Chase and Chase Brown, there's just not a lot of competition for targets. I just have too many questions about this Bengals team. Can Burrow stay upright? Can he stay upright? Can T. Higgins avoid it? I think this 874.5 is priced about right. I see too many paths to victory on the under, so I'm going to lean T. Higgins on the under. And if I'm wrong on this one and he plays all the games and so does Burrow, I could be wrong by about 300 or 400 yards. T. Higgins could be a steal in fantasy drafts, and he could absolutely obliterate this number. But he misses any time. Burrow misses any time. I think we might have an under here. So T. Higgins, we're going to lean to the under 874.5 on the receiving yards. I have not made this a client play. So far, the only future that has been good enough and strong enough, in my opinion, to be a client play is the Cleveland Browns under 5.5 wins. All right, that's going to do it for $5 Tuesday and Dinger Tuesday. Special thanks to Jesse and Ross for jumping on. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. You guys are crushing it. Let's give away a 3-day pass for Dinger Tuesday after the show. Leave us a comment. Tell us who's going to hit a dinger. Show us your dinger in the comment section. Let's have a big $5 Tuesday. We're going to be back again tomorrow breaking down MLB. WNBA is off tonight, but we'll give you some WNBA action, and we'll start talking about UFC. We got a huge weekend of fighting, actually. We got PFL, we got bare knuckle, we got UFC. So I'll start talking about that tomorrow. Appreciate everybody. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see everyone tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care.